Bitcoins and beer, bitcoins and beer. Here is Norm, he's a storm as he screams and raves and rants. He is here, drinking beer, spilling bitcoins on his pants. Bitcoins and beer, episode 11. How do I get bitcoins? Hello, it's me, Norm, again. And for bitcoins and beer. And today's beer is an old favorite. Racer 5, once again. One of the questions I've been asked is, how do I get bitcoins? Because even if people know about bitcoins, it's pretty useless to them unless they can get bitcoins. Well, at one time I wondered the same thing. So I used the internet to find out how. And I found out, wow, you can get free bitcoins. I already talked about mining. You can get bitcoins from mining. But to mine on a normal desktop computer or laptop or whatever you may be using, nowadays it would take years. What people start to do was pool mining, and basically getting a bunch of computers together, like almost farming, mining together. But still, even in a pool, unless you have some heavy-duty equipment, it's going to take a long time. And they call it heavy-duty equipment rigs, and a bunch of computers with graphic cards, because GPU can apparently mine faster than a CPU. We already talked about mining, so I won't dwell on that too much. And I'm also going to break this up into two different videos, because I'm also going to talk about exchanges in the second half. But I figured you don't want to listen to me ramble on for that long, so I'll break it up into two videos. When I first found out about bitcoins, I found out about this thing called a faucet. I thought this was great. It was basically people giving away bitcoins in hope to hype them up and get people excited about them. Unfortunately, there are no really good faucets left. Some of the faucets were giving away 5 bitcoins at a time, way back in the day when they were worth maybe a nickel a piece. Or actually, nobody knew how much they were worth, because the only way to get them back then, other than a faucet, was Craigslist. There was no exchanges around. And like I said, I'll explain exchanges in the next video. The faucets, there are still some around. And actually, you can actually find some pretty good altcoin faucets if you want to try to get into altcoins. Like I said in previous videos, I'm not really into altcoins. I've dabbled with a couple, but not that many. Dogecoin is a good one for that. I believe there's probably some really good Dogecoin faucets if you want to get into Dogecoin, because that actually seems like it's a coin that's going to be around for a while. And that's basically, you have your public key and your private key. I explained those in prior videos, maybe not too clearly, and maybe you need to listen to some Let's Talk Bitcoin podcast to really understand those a little bit better, or some of the other wonderful videos that explains it so much better than I do about those. It's a long string of numbers and letters, and you can copy and paste your public key, not your private key, like I said before, into a space on a website, enter in a CAPTCHA, and they'll give you a little bit of Bitcoin. Usually it's going to be less than a cent. If back in the day when I was doing it, nowadays if I had those coins still, unfortunately I lost most of them to InstaWallet, which is another story. I think I might have got into before, but they'll give you a couple Satoshis. Some of them, they build up the Satoshis, and you have to over time. Some of them are 24 hours, some of them are an hour. You can do it every hour or every 24 hours, but you have to build them up, and they'll give them to you after you get to whatever 55 Satoshis, or maybe even more than that. The Satoshi is the smallest form of Bitcoin around. So we covered mining, faucets, And then the third way is, well, you can just buy them. You used to be able to buy them off of Craigslist from miners. You probably still can. There's a website out there called Local Bitcoins you can get them from. One of the first ways I bought Bitcoins was through blockchain.info. It was very complex process. I had MoneyGram the money to them. That was kind of complex. And then I found this place called Coinbase, which is one of the easiest ways. You set up an account and they get your bank account numbers, and you can basically, I don't know if it's wiring the money over it, but it takes it out of your bank account. And then after a couple days, they'll put the Bitcoins in your account. But now there's a Circle, which is a new one. I have signed up for an account. I just haven't tried them yet because I haven't had the money to buy any Bitcoins. You could also try to do videos on YouTube or say clever things on Twitter and get a change tip. That's another way to get Bitcoins. Those are basically all the ways to get Bitcoins I can think of. I've probably left a couple out. You can get them from your friends. Like I've given away Bitcoins to small amounts of Bitcoins to friends. So those are ways to get Bitcoin. There's also a great website. You used to be able to fill out like surveys and watch videos to do that. You still can do that. I don't recommend you filling out surveys. I'd much rather buy them. But there is a website called CoinHD where you can actually watch videos and get a little bit of Bitcoin. But then there's another site where you cannot withdraw the money until you bank up, a number of Bitcoins. If this was helpful, please let me know by commenting. Subscribe to my videos, please. Watch my videos. Please watch my videos. And now it's time to say goodbye, and I'll talk to you about exchanges in the next video. So, remember, Satoshi saved is a Satoshi earned. Cheers.